Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This morning I am going to be trying out a new product that has recently come out into drugstores. Drugstores have really been like upping their game lately, and makeup has been just coming out like left and right here already in 2019. So I'm really excited to try some new face makeup for you guys. So I have two products here. They are both from Revlon. And they are part of the new photography candied line. So I have the Natural Finish Anti-Pollution Foundation here, and I also have the Candid Antioxidant Concealer here. So I didn't even realize that these came out until I was walking around the drugstore, and I, of course, went to the makeup section, and I was like, huh, what are these? Now, I'm normally not a natural finish as far as like coverage, so I kind of was looking at this and was like, okay, what does this mean? So in the back it does say this foundation is a medium buildable coverage that has no harsh ingredients, is anti-pollution, antioxidant, has anti-blue light, and is oil free. So I was really curious. I was like, okay, so natural finish, I do like a natural finish for an everyday foundation, nothing too matte, nothing too dewy, just something very simple. And then I saw it had the antioxidant concealer to go with it, so I was like, okay, I'm testing this out. So I'm really excited. Before I get into the makeup, make sure you guys subscribe and hit that notification bell below. I am starting to get a little bit of, momentum here. I was a little sick and other things in life happened, but I'm trying to get some stuff ready. I've got some pre-filming ready for you guys, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss my future uploads. But without further ado, let's get into the new makeup. So I don't know anything really about this foundation or concealer other than what I just read to you guys. So I'm going to do what I normally do when I'm trying out new foundation. I'm going to do part of it with a sponge and part of it with my brush here. So let's start out with the sponge. So this is what the foundation looks like. So it does have a soft plastic tube here, and then it does have a pump on this side, which I do like the pump. By the way, it does seem like there's not as much into this. If it doesn't, it's because there isn't as much product. This has 0.75 fluid ounces, whereas normally you'll get about 1 full ounce out of foundation. By the way, I'm also using the shade 260 Chai. When I picked this up, there wasn't a ton of options as far as colors. I know that's a big thing. I mean, even just in light shade ranges, so I just don't think that it wasn't like they were trying to, well, that was too much for one side, so we're just gonna dab them all over here. It's not like it was just there were too many light shades, not enough darker tone shades. It's more of they just didn't have a large selection of where I purchased this, so I'm not sure what the shade range availability is. So I'll have to look that up, and I will put that down in the description box for you guys if you're curious. So I definitely agree that it is a little bit more on the medium side. So I'm kind of curious on how much I can build that up. So I'm just gonna do a small little, like not even a full pump, just a little bit extra on here, directly onto the sponge, and push that over my cheeks, especially because again, I have really pink rosy cheeks, to see if I can build up some coverage. And it definitely does have a natural finish. It's not super matte, but it's also not super dewy, which I like for an everyday. Again, definitely more medium coverage, even as I've built it up here. There is still some pink coming through, so if you're like a full coverage queen, this is not going to be it. But if you like a little bit more natural, some medium doesn't need to cover the world and back, then it's not bad first impression wise over here. I did cover some of my scarring I've got over here on my cheek that I'm still working to get rid of. The color might be a little dark for me right now, but again, it was just so hard to choose because they just didn't have a wide range where I got this. And I think I got it at Walgreens maybe. So, I'm not judging it based off of that. So now I'm gonna take my kabuki brush over here, and then I'm just gonna use that on this side. Okay, so I've kind of blended this side out as well. I had a little bit more on my brush too, so it didn't take as much to cover everything, but I have to say, like, I I don't think I have a preference on the sides. If anything, I actually liked the brush set a little bit better. It blended super easily, like it didn't, I almost actually prefer the side better. It blended super easily. It didn't come out streaky. You know, sometimes when you use a brush, you have to like really work it so it doesn't like leave streaks. And I'm liking this finish. Like, it really does feel really natural. It's not like super dewy, but again, not super matte. I like that it's a medium coverage, so you're not like, you know, caking it up or anything, especially just for like an everyday look. So I know again that the color's a little bit off, but it's not a bad foundation. If you're somebody who likes it kind of a little bit more, not like natural as far as like, you know, tinted moisturizer natural, but not crazy full coverage, and you want a natural finish, it looks really good on my skin. Yeah, not mad at this at all. It looks really, really good. It almost looks like really like airbrushed, and that's crazy. Like, really, it does. So I'm gonna try the concealer now, and I'm actually pretty excited. So now I'm gonna move on to the concealer, and again, I'm really liking this, so I'm pretty excited here. So I got this in the shade 10 or Vanilla, and it is, again, has that same kind of tube vibe here when you open it up. It has that simple, regular type of applicator, and you do get 0.34 fluid ounces. And again, I haven't been like super heavy on my concealer lately, so this applicator is actually different. So I'm not going to go too crazy on the concealer just because I haven't been doing that much lately. But I do want to show you guys, now that I've kind of got a lot of product off here, it actually has like a domed, like curved applicator. So it does kind of dome out a little bit, curves inwards, and it's almost bubbled up. So it is slightly different than your typical applicator. And it's also a little bit more firm when I was putting on there. You know, it's the actual foamy part, I don't know what that part's called, is a little bit more firm. So it was just kind of, it was an interesting application, I would say that. I'm going to do the same thing here where I blend part of it out with the Beauty Blender and then part of it out with the brush. Okay, so first impression on the concealer, it is definitely got some more coverage than the foundation. Again, I still wouldn't say it's like the most full coverage concealer, but it's not bad. It definitely did highlight under my eyes too, which I did like that. The other thing I want to, the other thing I want to point out is it's definitely not creaseless. It's already a little bit under here, especially on the side with the brush on this side, but again, this side's a little weird anyway. It's already started creasing underneath. Now, of course, I haven't set my eyes or anything like that, but I just wanted to point out that it's definitely not creaseless, but it does have decent coverage. It doesn't feel heavy, like the foundation doesn't feel heavy either. It doesn't feel cakey or like harsh on my skin. Even when I built it up more on this side, like the foundation, it doesn't feel heavy. I mean, you can definitely tell I'm wearing foundation, but it's not anything like, oh god, I'm wearing so much foundation. So I'm gonna go ahead and just set the under eyes here, and I'm gonna go ahead and apply the rest of my face, see how everything kind of blends out, works with everything, and then I will be back for the first impression, final thoughts. It is about 10 o'clock right now. I think it's about 10:15 in the morning. So I'm gonna be doing some check-ins throughout the day as well. But for now, I'm gonna go ahead and finish up my face and I will be right back. Okay, so the rest of my makeup is now on, and I have to say everything went on like really smoothly, really easily. My skin is looking really like airbrushed and really flawless. First impression wise, I would say if you could only get the concealer or the foundation, definitely go for the foundation, but I do recommend both. Like that, other than the fact that it creased a little bit, and you know, beyond that, everything is looking really good, and everything's looking really nice. It does look very natural, again, not crazy full coverage, which I knew that going into it. So far, It looks really good. I'm really happy with it. I think it looks really, again, just kind of that airbrushed, really soft, but again, at the same time, it's got that natural finish to it, so it doesn't look like you're wearing a ton of makeup. It's not super flat, or also, again, super, super dewy. So again, it's about, now that the rest of my makeup is on, it's about 10:30 in the morning, so I'm gonna be doing some check-ins throughout the day to see how it wears, because we all know foundation can look amazing at first, but wears horribly throughout the day. So I'll be doing that shortly, so yeah, I'll be seeing you guys soon. Okay, so it is now about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, so I've had the makeup on about 3.5 hours, 4 hours-ish, and I haven't looked at myself in the mirror until like just now. And everything is still looking really good. It hasn't really settled a little, maybe a little bit in my fine lines around my mouth. But I've also eaten and stuff at this point, and it's not really super worn away. It's not terrible. It hasn't really settled, or it hasn't started wearing off yet or caking up or anything like that. It looks pretty much the same as it did before the break here. And I'm looking like really pretty dang close up here just to try to see if, like, you know, nobody's gonna be like right up here in my face, but you know, I want to see. And it's not looking bad, still looking good, going strong, doesn't look, again, cakey, or it's not looking faded or anything like that. So 4 hours in roughly, still good. So I just want to do a quick check-in with you guys. I'm still got a lot of stuff to do today, and still wearing my makeup for a while, so I will be checking in with you guys here in a few more hours. So it's about 7:30 right now, so I've had the makeup on for about 9 hours or so, which is about as long as I usually will wear my makeup. And gotta say, so first of all, the makeup is not transfer proof. I was taking a nap earlier, yes I was, and it did kind of transfer a little bit on this side, so right here it has worn away quite a bit where I was sleeping, but on this side where it's not worn away, it still looks really nice. Like it's definitely faded around my lips after 2 meals and a day. And it did settle in a little bit around my nose and a little bit around my fine lines, around the mouth. But for the most part, especially like where it didn't wear, it still looks really nice, looks really natural. It looks really, still pretty fresh actually. So, I mean, is it the most long wearing and is it like the best foundation out there? No. But for an everyday foundation that's really affordable, that's really natural looking, that is going to give you just a little bit of coverage, you know, a medium amount of coverage, but nothing crazy. Yeah, it's actually a really good foundation. I do like the way it set on my skin. I like the way it felt. I still like the way it looks, other than where it wore, so just don't take a nap with it on. But yeah, so overall, I like it. I like the foundation. The concealer is not bad. It's not a bad concealer. It's not my favorite concealer even from the drugstore, but it did provide some good coverage. It did do some brightening. It just did also crease fairly easily. So nothing amazing there, but I do actually really like that foundation. So yeah. So that's all I have for you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate all of your views and bearing with me during my chaotic and tumultuous and inconsistent time period as of late. So again, thank you for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think down in the comment section. Have you tried this foundation? Are you going to? Are you not? Just let me know. But until I get more videos out for you guys, as always, I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.